Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, in the previous topic we have discussed about what are alcohols and what are the type of alcohols, and now in this topic I'm going to talk about the nomenclature of alcohol. So in this topic I'm going to cover that is how we can give the common name to the alcohol and what are the rules for the IUPAC nomenclature for the alcohols. So this is what I'm going to cover in this topic. So now let's get started. So friends, in this topic I'm going to talk about the nomenclature of alcohol, and we understand that is there are two systems to name a particular organic compound, that is a common system and one is IUPAC system. So now let me talk about the first one, that is the common name system. So for that we have an example. Suppose if I'm considering CH3, CH2, CH2 and this is OH. So we do understand that is the common name, it ends with alkyl alcohol. For example, if you talk about this alcohol, it consists of 3 carbon atoms, and 3 carbon atoms here in this case it means that is propyl alcohol. So therefore we could name this one as propyl alcohol. But here we can find that is there is no branching over here, and the functional group, that is OH, is attached to a carbon atom where we can find a straight chain. So that's the reason that we could name this as N-propyl alcohol, which means normal propyl alcohol. And now let me talk about the another example related to the common name. Suppose I consider this example, that is CH3, CH, here there is OH and here there is CH3. So here basically we can find that is there are 3 carbon atoms, and in the previous example also there were 3 carbon atoms, but here the OH is not attached to the first carbon atom. In fact, it is attached to the second carbon atom, forming a branch like structure. So therefore this is not N-propyl alcohol. In fact, the name of this is known as isopropyl alcohol. So here the word iso, it means, or here the prefix iso, it means whenever we find that is the OH is attached to the second carbon atom or the secondary carbon atom, we can find that is after distributing this or after dividing this, we can find that is there are number of carbon atoms on the left hand side and on the right hand side are the same, and that's the reason the word is isopropyl alcohol. So this is one of the concepts so that we could give the common name to the alcohol. So this is nothing but isopropyl alcohol. And now let me talk about the next one. Suppose if we consider another example, that is CH3, CH, here there is OH, here there is CH2 and here it is CH3. So therefore there are 4 carbon atoms over here and the OH is attached to this carbon atom, or we could say that is the second carbon atom. But is the name iso to be called over here? No. In fact, if you find that is if OH is attached to this carbon atom, and suppose if we divide this structure in this manner, where we could find that is the number of carbon atom on the left hand side is 1 and on the right hand side here it is basically 2. So therefore the left hand side carbon atom and the number of right hand side carbon atoms, the both are not same. So therefore the word iso will not come over here. And what is the name of this one? In fact, we could find that is this alcohol is nothing but a secondary alcohol. So therefore we could name it as secondary alcohol, but the total number of carbon atoms in this case it is 1, 2, 3, 4, which means butyl. So therefore we could name this as secondary butyl alcohol. And now let's move to the next one. Suppose if I consider another example, that is CH3, CH3 and here there is OH. So what would be the name of this kind of alcohol? And in fact we understand that is this is a tertiary alcohol. So the name of this one, it could be called as tertiary butyl. Butyl, it means methane, ethane, propane, butane. That means 4 carbon atoms are present in this alcohol, and that's the reason the name of this one, it could be called as tertiary. So this were the common names, that is what I have discussed over here. And now let me talk about the last example. If we have to classify whether it is a primary, secondary or tertiary, we could easily find that is this kind of alcohol, it is nothing but a primary alcohol, because this OH is attached to the CH2, which is only attached to 1 carbon atom here directly. But here we can find a difference. The difference is here we can find a carbon atom which is surrounded by 4 carbon atoms, and those product or those kind of organic compounds, in this case it has been called to be new alcohol. But the total number of carbon atom in this case it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and for 5 carbon atoms we have a name for the hydrocarbon. It is known as pentane. But obviously we understand that it is not a pentane, it is in fact an alcohol. So therefore the name of this one, it will be called as neopentyl. So therefore this were the common alcohols, and this is how basically we can give the common name to the alcohols, and that's it. But talking about the next system, that is IUPAC system, which is very much important for us to understand. So what is the IUPAC system? What are the certain rules regarding that? So this is what I'm going to talk. So now let's get started with that also. So talking about the IUPAC rules, so here we have, that is for the nomenclature of alcohol. So starting with the first and the main point, that is a longest continuous chain of carbon atoms containing the OH group is chosen as the parent chain. So this is what I'm going to talk about. So take an example. Suppose if we consider CH3, CH, here it is C2H5, here it is CH2, here it is CH2, and here there is OH. So according to the first rule, we could find that is we have to select the longest chain containing the functional group. So in that case, we could find that is this is carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4. So therefore this would be the longest chain. But if we observe carefully, then we could get that is carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So therefore this is our longest chain containing the functional group, that is OH. So this is one of the rule, that is what I have discussed about. And now let me talk about the another rule, and we could be able to give the nomenclature, that is the IUPAC nomenclature, to this example. So now let's do the second rule. So talking about the next rule, that is the carbon atoms are numbered from a terminal carbon atom nearest to the carbon atom attached to the OH group. So based on this rule, let us understand that it's what is the IUPAC name for the previous example, that is what we have to. Suppose we have to follow the second rule for the IUPAC nomenclature for an alcohol. So in that case, we have to choose the longest chain, that is what we have did, as well as we have to give the number. So here basically we can give the number from the terminal carbon atom. So here it is the terminal carbon atom, and in fact this is also a terminal carbon atom. But we should number from which side, that is the most important thing. For example, if I number it from here, so therefore there are 2 carbon atoms, so I could name it as carbon number 1 as well as carbon number 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I could find that is the OH is attached to the 5th carbon atom if I go from this side to this one. But what if I number it from here? So this one will be carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3, carbon number 4, and carbon number 5. So as per the second rule, we have found out that is this is the correct method to give the numbering. So therefore I could give the numbering from this side, that is as carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, as well as 5. So let us give the name to this one. So here basically we can give the name to this one by using the IUPAC rules. So in the longest chain we have got that is there are 5 carbon atoms. So therefore the name of this one could be given as pentanol. But here we can find that is on the 3rd carbon atom we could find a substituent, and that substituent is nothing but methyl. So we have to give the name to the methyl also. So therefore the name of this one, it could be given as 3-methyl. And our work is done for this substituent. And now in the longest chain we can find that is there are 5 carbon atoms. So therefore the name of this one could be given as pentanol. But the OH is attached to carbon number 1, so we have to specify that also. So in that case the IUPAC name for this molecule, it could be given as 3-methyl pentane 1-ol, where we are replacing the E of the alkane with OL, and that is nothing but one of the example. And now let me talk about the next rule as well as the next examples. So talking about the another important rule, that is if more than one OH group are present in the prefix di, tri, etc. is used before the suffix OL with the appropriate locate position. Locate position in the sense we have to number the functional group. In this case it is nothing but it is OH. So this is not only the rule that we have to follow. Obviously if we find that is there are more OH group in the same molecule, we could follow the another rule also. And the another rule is the suffix A is retained in the name of the parent alkane while naming alcohols containing 2 or more OH groups. So this is what I'm going to talk about, that is we will relate this third rule and the fourth rule, or the main rules, and let us understand this 2 rules with the help of an example. So what are those? Let me talk about that. Suppose if I consider this example, that is CH3, CH, here there is OH, again there is CH, here there is OH, and this is CH2. Suppose this is the example, and suppose we have to give the IUPAC nomenclature to this one. So what the thing that we have to do is we have to select the longest chain containing the carbon atom as well as the functional group. So the longest chain containing the carbon atom and the functional group, I could give it as 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is nothing but the longest chain, and as well as we can also find that is there is presence of or an attachment of the functional group. Here there is OH, OH, and here also there is OH. So this is nothing but the longest chain that I have decided. But now, if we have understood the second rule, then we have to find that is the OH group that should be very much nearer to the terminal carbon atom. But if we have followed the second rule, then we'll get to know that is the functional group should be from that end where it is very much nearer. Suppose if you have to give the number to the OH group, as we can see that is there is OH group here, there is OH group here, and there is OH group here also. So whether the numbering will start from this side or this end, or it will be from this end. Actually, it will be from this end. The reason behind that is, if I consider this as carbon number 1, then I could find that is the OH group is attached on the carbon number 1, 2, 3. But if I number it from this end, then this will be carbon number 1. This is carbon number 2, carbon number 3, and carbon number 4. So obviously, I am violating the second rule, and this is not appropriate. So therefore, what we have to do is we have to give the numbering from this side, that is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is the molecule which consists of basically 4 carbon atoms. So in that case, I could name it as butanol. But there is not only one OH group, there are multiple OH group, that is 1, 2, 3, and which are attached on carbon number 1, 2, as well as 3. Yes, because we can find that is there are multiple OH groups, so therefore the E has been retained, and the number of OH group that are attached on carbon number 1, 2, and 3. And how many OH group? There are 3 OH groups, so therefore the name of this one could be given as triol. So therefore the name of this molecule is nothing but butane 1, 2, 3 triol, and this is one of the examples that we have discussed. So these are the examples that I am going to talk about. Suppose if we have CH3, COH, CH2, this is CH3, and to which basically here there is an attachment of a phenyl group. So this is what we have, and we have to provide the IUPAC nomenclature. So the thing is, obviously we have to understand that is we have to select the longest chain containing the functional group also of carbon atom. So here this is the longest chain of the carbon atom containing the functional group. So we have to choose this one. But here we can also find that is there is a presence of a phenyl group which consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 carbon atoms. So among this, which one should be the prior one, or which one should be what we consider as a parent alkane? We can't consider this as an alkane because obviously we can find that it is in a cyclic form, and so for that we can find that is the OH is attached to this carbon atom, and that is the reason that this one would be the longest chain. And talking about the next one, that is the next rule, that is what we have to follow. That is, suppose if we have to provide the numbering. So if we number from this end, then this one would be carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3. So at carbon number 3, we can find that is a presence of OH group from this end to this end. But what if we number from this end? So therefore this is carbon number 1, this would be carbon number 2, and to which the OH group is basically attached. So therefore the numbering, it should be done from this end. So therefore I could name it as carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2, 3, and 4. But I could also find that is there is a presence of a substituent. In this case, it is nothing but a phenyl. So therefore the name of this one, I could give it as 2-phenyl. There are 4 carbon atoms, that is methane, ethane, propane, and butane, or I could say that is butanol. But I could also find that is the OH group is attached to the second carbon atom. So therefore the name of this one could be given as 2-phenyl butane 2-ol, where 2 represents the position of the functional group, that is OH. And this is how basically we give the nomenclature to such molecules. So talking about the another example also, suppose if we have this example where we can find that is this is CH2 and this is OH. So according to the first rule, that is we have to select the longest chain of carbon atom containing the functional group. If we consider this that is the cyclic one, then we could find that is there is carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because it is a 6-membered ring, and here there is no attachment of the functional group. But if we found out this one, then this is the carbon atom where the functional group is basically attached. So therefore this is nothing but this is the longest chain, and the only we could find that is this cyclohexyl group is attached to this carbon atom, and that's the reason that is this one will be carbon number 1, and to which basically a cyclohexyl group is attached. So therefore the name of this one, it could be given as 1 cyclohexyl, and the total number of carbon in this straight chain is only 1. So therefore I could name it as methanol, and that's it. So this is how basically we provide the nomenclature to the alcohol, and that's it. So talking about the another lecture where we are going to talk about the various structure, and we are going to give the IUPAC name to those structure. So for this lecture it is sufficient to understand, and I hope I'll see you next time. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope I'll see you next time. Till then, don't forget to subscribe Ekeeda channel. Thank you so much.